Okay, so good morning, students. So let me share screen. I think my screen is now visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me just first of all write down the so we will have class test 1 on 24 Thursday from 12 to 1. Then class test 1 is of 30 marks. Class test 2 12 to 12:30. So this will be from 10 to 15 marks. Okay. CT3, which will be Thursday from 12 to 1:30, 50 marks. Okay. So, and remaining 5 to 10 marks is for attendance or assignments, etc. or some small project. Okay, so this is the marks distribution here. Okay, so now let me start. So last time we have done
Sir,
the
what will be the format of tests? Like pen paper based?
that I will
Yes.
the recording is going on, so after the recording I will discuss. Okay, so let me just start with the in the last you discuss. Okay, so we let so last time we have started with the Poisson process. So we say that NT follows a Poisson process if following assumptions are there. NT counts the number of events in the interval 0 to t. If NT has independent and stationary increments, and in a interval of very small length, either 0 or 1 event can occur. So under these assumptions, we have shown that P and T will be e raised to power minus lambda t e raised to power n divided by n factorial, n is 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So these are the some properties. So let me just take this example first. Suppose in a bank, customers are arriving according to the Poisson process with the rate lambda is equal to 2 customers per hour. Okay, so lambda is given. Find the probability that from 10 to 10:30 a.m. no customer arrives. So that means in because this is in hours, so we have to convert minutes into hours or hours into minutes, one of them. So let me just we have to find probability that in a interval of length 30 minutes, that means half hour, 0 customers arrive. So this will be e raised to power minus lambda t. Lambda is 2 and t is half. Lambda t raised to power 0 divided by 0 factorial. So therefore e raised to power minus 1. So where nt is the number of customer in the interval 0 to t. So this is using Poisson process. Properties of the Poisson process. Sum of independent Poisson process is a Poisson process. That is if n1t is Poisson process with the rate lambda 1 and n2t is a Poisson process with the rate lambda 2, n1 and n2t are independent, then their summation is also a Poisson process. So for example, if we have a supermarket where customers are coming from the gate 1 according to the Poisson process with the rate lambda 1, and there is a second gate also from where customers are coming according to the Poisson process with the rate lambda 2. Both n1 and n2 are independent. Then total number of customers in the bank in the interval 0 to t will follow Poisson process with the rate lambda 1 plus lambda 2. So this we can see using the moment generating function. So this is moment generating function of nt. So this will be basically summation of moment generating nit. So therefore this is something expected value of e raised to power u summation i's from 1 to 2 nit. Okay, so because of independence, later on we will show that this can be written as product i's from 1 to 2 moment generating function of nitu. Okay, so that means product of the moment generating function because of independence of n1t and n2t. So just now we are writing that, but later on we will prove that also, that this relationship holds. So now, so can anyone tell what is the moment generating? Okay, so moment generating function of if we try to find out the moment generating function of n1t. Okay, so that you can find out, and this will be of this type: e raised to power lambda t e raised to power u minus 1. Okay, so this will be of this type. So therefore, this will be e raised to power u e raised to power lambda 1t e raised to power u minus 1 into e raised to power lambda 2t e raised to power u minus 1. If you try to find out the moment generating function of n1t, it will be e raised to power lambda it e raised to power u minus 1. So therefore, this will be e raised to power lambda 1 plus lambda 2t e raised to power u minus 1. So because the moment generating function is of the same shape as that of Poisson process, so therefore nt is a Poisson process with the rate lambda 1 plus lambda 2. So in this fashion, we can show this thing using MGF approach. Any question here? So second property is that each time an event occurs is classified as type 1 or type 2. Each event is classified as type 1 with probability P and type 2 as probability Q. So NT is a Poisson process with the rate lambda. NT is the number of events occurring in the interval 0 to t. N1t denotes the number of events of type 1 occurring in the interval 0 to t, and N2t is the events occurring in the interval 0 to t. And NT can be written as N1t plus N2t. Then it can be shown that N1t is a Poisson process with the rate lambda p, N2t is a Poisson process with the rate lambda q, where N1 and N2 are independent. So that means we are saying that in a class, students are coming. Okay, student is classified as male with probability P, female with probability Q, such that P plus Q is 1. Okay, and NT is the number of student in the class, which is following Poisson process with the rate lambda. Okay, now N1T N let us say NMT is the number of students, male student coming to the class in the interval 0 to t, and NFT is the number of female students which are coming to the class, or girl student coming to the class. So NT can be written as NMT plus NFT. So therefore, in this fashion it can be written, then it can be shown that then NMT is a Poisson process with the rate lambda p, and NFT is a Poisson process with the rate lambda q, and both of them are independent also. So it can be shown. Later on we will show this when we will do the joint distribution. So let us take an example on this. A radioactive source emit particles, either
So,
reddish. Yes.
so like this property is only for binary thing, or is it if there are more, even then we can apply this?
So then you have to check basically, first of all.
Like here, P plus Q is equal to 1. Like if there are more than 2 types, then can we apply the same property?
Yeah, I think the proof will go in the same fashion.
Okay.
So once I will do the proof, then you can check that.
Okay.
Okay, so such that P1 plus P2 plus Pn should be 1. Then the proof will, I think, will go in the same fashion, so no problem with that, such that their summation should be 1. So once I do the proof, you check with that. Okay, so but first of all, I will introduce the joint, then the proof can be done. So a radioactive source emits particle either with reddish or with white light. At a rate 6 per minute in accordance with the Poisson process. Particles that are emitted with reddish light has probability 1 by 3, and those emitted with white light has probability 2 by 3. Find the probability that 5 particles emit with white light in 7-minute period. So NT is the number of particles emitted with white light in the interval 0 to t. So by the previous result, because some particles with reddish light are emitted, some with the white light, and probability of particle emitted with reddish light is 1/3 and with white light is 2/3. Total is 1. Both of them are independent also. So therefore, NT is basically with white light, that will be lambda W, lambda into probability, corresponding probability 2/3. So 6 into 2/3. So hence the required probability is in a 7-minute period, 5 particles are emitted. So e raised to power minus lambda t. Lambda here is 6 into 2/3 into corresponding time t. Lambda t raised to power 5 divided by 5 factorial. So this answer you can find out how much is the answer. So in this fashion, this problem can be done. So Poisson, for the Poisson distribution, we take lambda t is equal to mu. So then we can write NT as y. Then y is a Poisson distribution with probability mass function e raised to power minus mu. Mu raised to power n divided by n factorial where n is 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So moment generating function you can find out as the usual way, e raised to power mu into e raised to power t minus 1. If you try to find out the mean and variance, that will be, both of them will be mu. So either by direct method or by moment generating function approach, take the derivative, put t is equal to 0. You can find out the mean and similarly find out expected value of x square. And from there, you find out the variance of x as expected value of x square minus expected value of x whole square. So by direct method or by moment generating function approach, you can do that. Now, binomial approximation to Poisson distribution. So if we take a binomial probability mass function and take n to be large and np to be lambda, then that binomial distribution will be approximately equal to, then density will become of that of Poisson distribution. That is, if n is large and p is small, then binomial distribution can be approximated by a Poisson distribution. Okay, so to understand this, let us take an example. So consider a situation where due to certain infections, persons are dying with a probability 0.001. That means probability of success, probability is very small basically of person dying. Consider the population has 10,000 persons in totality. That means population is large. Find the probability that more than 5% will die due to this infection. So x, if we denote the random variable x as the number of persons dying due to infection, then clearly x will be binomial NP. So, but n is large here, probability of success is small. So therefore we can approximate this by a Poisson distribution. So x can be approximated by a Poisson distribution. Here lambda is equal to NP. N is 10,000, P is 0.001, that is 10. Hence, required probability is probability x greater than 5, which is the more than 5% die due to infection. So this will be 1 minus probability x is less than equal to 5. So therefore, this will be 1 minus summation I is from 0 to 5 e raised to power minus 10, because that is the summation I is from 0 to 5. Probability x is equal to I. But for the Poisson distribution, the probability is e raised to power minus mu, mu raised to power n divided by n factorial. So therefore, this will be e raised to power minus lambda, lambda raised to power I divided by I factorial. So that is the Poisson distribution to the Poisson distribution. So any question till now?
Sir,
Yes.
So how did we get that approximation from like binomial to Poisson?
So that is a basically proof. So we want to show limit n goes to infinity, and under the condition that NP is equal to lambda, and binomial density probability mass function is NCX, p raised to power x, 1 minus p raised to power n minus x. So this can be written as, this is nothing but n factorial upon x factorial n minus x factorial. So therefore this can be written as n into n minus 1 into n minus x plus 1, due to this quantity will cancel out, divided by x factorial. But np is equal to lambda. So lambda raised to power x divided by n raised to power x into 1 minus lambda by n raised to power n minus x. And here lambda by n is there, x times n into n into n. How many times? X times. Okay, and this quantity are 1 to x minus 1 and 1. So x, totality in x. So in this fashion, this quantity can be written as, which is limit n goes to infinity and np is equal to lambda we have already taken. So therefore, this can be written as, this quantity you can see that I can divide here, I can divide here, I can divide here. So as limit goes to infinity, this will be 1 into 1 into 1. That quantity will be 1. And lambda x divided by x factorial, this quantity. And we will have 1 minus lambda raised to power 1 minus lambda by n raised to power n. Take limit of that. That will be e raised to power minus lambda. Other quantity is this. This is 1 minus lambda by n raised to power n into 1 minus lambda by n raised to power minus x.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, you said that we can take n by n and n minus 1 by n all as 1. But sir, x can be of the range of n because it's varying from 0 to n. So uh, how can we take all as 1? Because x is not small in comparison to n.
No, but this is 1 into 1 by n, so on to 1 minus x plus 1 by x minus 1 by n. So n is large, I am taking. N large I am taking. So then this is going towards this value.
So x can also be equally large because x is what we are choosing from n. So x can also be n. X can take any value from 1 to n.
But I am taking that to be basically in between value I am taking. So but n will be very large basically. So that is the thing basically here. So therefore this will be 1, and therefore this will be e raised to power minus lambda raised to power x divided by x factorial. So therefore approximately this value will be this. Okay, so therefore this is the binomial approximation to Poisson distribution.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
In the previous expression, how did you got that one e power minus lambda terms?
Yeah, so you just expand that, na? You don't know by expansion of this 1 minus lambda by n raised to power n.
Okay, okay.
Can you give the expansion of this?
Yeah, I will try it. Yes, sir. I got
Yeah,
it.
so you just write down that and cancel n, and n into n minus 1 divided by 2 factorial, if something like that is coming, you take n square will be there. So you adjust with that. So you will get 1 minus lambda when n goes to when your n goes to infinity, that will be 1 minus lambda plus lambda square divided by 2 factorial minus lambda cube divided by 3 factorial, in that fashion, because some terms of n will be there, and some, for example, n c2 n into n minus 1 divided by 2 divided by n square. So as n goes to infinity, that you can see is okay, that will be basically 1 divided by 2 factorial. So in that fashion you will get 1 minus lambda plus lambda square divided by 2 factorial, and so on.
Okay, sir. Got it. Got it, sir.
So in this fashion you will get this value. So this is the basically your Poisson process. So now let us start with the continuous distribution. So for the exponential distribution, PDF is given by lambda e raised to power minus lambda x is greater than equal to 0 and lambda greater than 0. The CDF is given by, just you know that CDF is by the definition, CDF is minus infinity to x lambda e raised to power minus lambda x dx. It will be from 0 now, because minus infinity to 0 will be 0. So that will be this value 1 minus e raised to power minus lambda x is greater than 0. If you try to find out the MGF, this will be 1 minus t by lambda raised to power minus 1 for t less than lambda. Mean will be 1 by lambda, variance will be 1 by lambda square. So this is the exponential distribution. So how to see the exponential distribution if we have a Poisson process? So let NT counts the number of events occurring in the interval 0 to t, and NT follows a Poisson process. So now we are seeing the relationship between exponential and Poisson process. Okay, some events are coming and they are following Poisson process. That means NT is equal to n is e raised to power minus lambda t e raised to power n divided by n factorial, n is 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. And let T1 denote the time of occurrence of first event. That is the time of first arrival of event. So T1 is the first arrival of event. So let us say that T1 is greater than T. Time of first arrival of event is greater than T. So in the interval 0 to T, how many events are there? Because first event occur after time T, small t. So therefore in the interval 0 to T, 0 events are there. Nt is equal to 0. If Nt is equal to 0, then time of first event is greater than T. That means both of them are if and only if. So because both of them are events are equivalent, so therefore their probabilities are same. So probability of T1 greater than T is same as that of probability Nt is greater than T. Nt is equal to 0. But Nt is equal to 0 from here, this will be e raised to power minus lambda t. This is the reliability function. T1 is greater than T. So we can find out here from CDF also probability T1 is less than T. This will be 1 minus e raised to power minus lambda t. Okay. So if you take the derivative of this CDF, we will get the PDF, probability density function. this will be lambda e raised to power minus lambda t. Okay, but this is the PDF of exponential distribution. So therefore T1 follows exponential distribution. So what we got? We got if some events are coming and they are following Poisson process, then time for first arrival is exponentially distributed. Similarly, it can be shown that given that the first event has occurred, then the time for second arrival, okay, this is T1, this is T2. Time for second arrival is also follows exponential distribution. That okay. So in this fashion, we can show this thing.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So can we say that the relation between exponential and Poisson is same as binomial and inverse binomial? So because there also we knew the number of occurrences and we had to estimate the trial, the nth trial in which we got. Here also we are searching
This is you are saying this basically you are binomial. I am not getting how I binomial I am getting here, but here I am just saying that this relationship is there, which I am able to show. This is the relationship. T1 greater than equal to T is equal to equivalent saying that NT is equal to 0. In the interval 0 to T, 0 events are occurring. So this relationship I am following here. So whatever you are saying that does not have any meaning here basically.
Okay, sir.
Or you just write down what you are saying. After the class, you discuss with me, okay?
Okay, sir.
What is your name?
Sir, Chirag.
Okay, so you discuss with me after the class.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the time between arrival of any two consecutive people, they will also follow exponential distribution.
Yeah, that we will show later because we have not done the concept of basically joint distribution till now. Okay, so once we have done that, then I can show that thing. So later on, I will show that thing also. What you are seeing that T2 is also following exponential distribution. That means the time between the arrival of first and second event, that is
Yes,
also
sir.
follows exponential distribution. Okay, but for that I need the concept of first of all joint distribution and conditional distributions. Okay, is it okay or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so later on when I give the concept of that, then I can show that thing. Okay, so till now you just assume that holds exponential. T2 is exponential. Okay, so later on we will show that thing. Okay, so suppose that on an average 30 programs per hour queued to be processed in accordance with the Poisson process. What is the probability that server will wait more than 5 minutes before the first program arrives? So NT is the number of programs arriving in the interval 0 to T such that NT is Poisson process. So lambda here is 30 per hour, that is 30 by 60 per minute, 1 by 2 per minute. T1 denote the time for first arrival of program at server. Here T1 is exponential. So therefore probability T1 greater than 5 is e raised to power, probability NT N5 is equal to 0. So therefore this is e raised to power minus lambda T. So lambda is 5. Lambda is half and T is 5. Okay, so in this fashion you can write down, or you can, this is also simple, you can do the integration also. So can anyone tell what is the integration formula here? 5
So
to
we will
infinity
include
because
1 by minus lambda t from 5 to infinity.
yeah, 5 to infinity. So lambda e raised to power minus lambda u du. So you can use this thing also because t1 is exponential. You can use this thing also. You will get the same answer. So exponential distribution has memoryless property. So probability x is greater than t plus s. Given x is greater than t is probability is equal to probability x is greater than s. So this is simple one. So you can just do that thing. That means a unit which have survived t unit of time additionally will survive s unit of time is same as probability x is greater than s. So now let us do the gamma distribution. So PDF of the probability density function of the gamma distribution is lambda raised to power r, gamma r, e raised to power minus lambda x raised to power r minus 1, x is greater than equal to 0, lambda greater than 0, r greater than 0. So where gamma r is defined as 0 to infinity, e raised to power minus x raised to power r minus 1 dx. So this is the definition of gamma function. Also gamma r is r minus 1, gamma r minus 1, and gamma 1 is 1. So MGF, if you try to find out, is 1 minus t by lambda raised to power minus r for t less than lambda. Mean is r by lambda, variance is r by lambda square. Particular cases are if r is equal to 1, then gamma basically becomes exponential distribution. If r is nu by 2 and lambda is equal to half, then gamma distribution becomes chi-square distribution. So what is the relationship between the gamma distribution and Poisson process? So NT counts the number of events occurring in the interval 0 to t. NT follows a Poisson process. Then NT is probability NT is equal to n is e raised to power minus lambda, lambda raised to power n, that by n factorial, n is 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So now SR, which is summation Ti, where what is the Ti? Time T1 is the time of occurrence of first event, T2 is the time between the occurrence of first and second event. So therefore SR is the time of occurrence of R events. That is the time of R arrivals. So SR is this. So by the dependent, so therefore it can be shown that moment generating function of SRT, which is nothing but summation of Ti, by the same formula as we have done last in this class also, because T1, T2, Tr are independent. So therefore this can be written as 1 to R moment generating function of TIT. But TIs are exponential with parameter lambda. So therefore this will be 1 minus T by lambda raised to power minus 1. Product I is from 1 to R. But because this is product, so therefore this becomes minus R. Okay, so what is the moment generating function? This is the moment generating function of gamma distribution. Okay, so in this fashion, SR will be gamma with parameter lambda comma R. So this is the one way of doing this. Another way of doing this is using MGF approach. Another you can do is SR greater than T. So SR greater than T means in the interval 0 to T, either 0 events occur or 1 event occur or 2 event occur or R minus 1 event occur. Okay, so therefore NT greater than T is equivalent to saying that NT is less than R. So probability SR greater than T is probability NT is less than equal to R minus 1. So therefore, this will be e raised to power minus lambda t summation I is from 0 to R minus 1. Lambda t raised to power I divided by I factorial. Now, once you do this, so this is this function, what it is known as SR for SR. This is the reliability function, 1 minus of the CDF, because CDF is probability SR is less than equal to T for, is it okay? So if I want to find out the PDF, so of SR, so I have to take the derivative and put minus sign here of corresponding to the reliability function. Okay, so derivative of this, so F SRT is minus d by dt of probability SR greater than T. This is the between the gamma and the Poisson process relationship we are seeing. So this is minus d by dt of e raised to power minus lambda t summation I is from 0 to R minus 1 lambda t raised to power I divided by I factorial. So this will be minus, derivative of this will be minus lambda e raised to power minus lambda t summation I is from 0 to R minus 1 lambda t raised to power I divided by I factorial, then plus e raised to power minus lambda t as it is into summation I is from 0 to R minus 1 I lambda t raised to power I minus 1 into lambda upon I factorial. So if I is equal to 0, this value becomes 0. I will start from 1 basically. And this I will cancel out with this, and we are left with I minus 1 factorial. So therefore, we can take lambda e raised to power minus lambda t as common, and we will get summation I is from 0 to R minus 1 lambda t raised to power I upon I factorial minus summation j is from 0 to R minus 2. Take I minus 1 as R j. So we will have lambda t raised to power j, because this lambda already we have taken common, upon j factorial j factorial. Okay, so therefore this will be lambda e raised to power minus lambda t. Now you can easily see that these quantities are cancelling except lambda t raised to power R minus 1 upon R minus 1 factorial. So therefore this will be lambda R upon R minus 1 factorial e raised to power minus lambda t raised to power R minus 1. So this is nothing but because R is here, R can take value 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, so therefore R can take only 1, 2, 3 and so on. So therefore this can be written as gamma are also. Okay, so therefore, this is nothing but our SR. This is the density of gamma distribution. Is gamma R comma lambda. So in this fashion, you can show easily this quantity is following gamma distribution. So let us take an example. Suppose that the programs arrive at a server in accordance to a Poisson process with lambda is equal to 10 programs per hour. Find the probability that one has to wait more than half hour until the second program arrive at the server. So because NT following the Poisson process with rate lambda and SR time for R arrival. So S2 follows gamma with the lambda comma 2. Okay, so lambda is 10, R is equal to 2. Required probability is S2 is greater than half. But if you do the integration, half to infinity density of gamma distribution, that will be somewhat difficult. So we can do this thing. This is probability. N half is less than equal to 1 because of the relationship that SR greater than T is NT is less than R or NT is less than equal to R minus 1. So SR greater than T is NT is less than equal to R minus 1. So R minus 1 means 2 minus 1. So this quantity will be probability NT is equal to 0 plus NT is equal to 1. So therefore, because NT is a Poisson process, therefore this will be e raised to power minus lambda. Lambda is 10 into T, lambda T raised to power 0 divided by 0 factorial into lambda e raised to power minus lambda T raised to power 1 divided by 1 factorial. So this is 6 e raised to power minus 5. So any question till now? Okay, so let us move further. So normal distribution. So density of the normal distribution is 1 by under root 2 pi sigma e raised to power minus half x minus mu by sigma whole square. So this density is symmetric around mu. So if you plot this, you can easily see from here f of mu minus x is f of mu plus x. And if you try to find out the moment generating function, this will be e raised to power mu t plus half sigma square t square. Mean will be mu and variance will be sigma square. In the standard normal distribution, we take for the normal distribution mean as 0 and variance as 1. That means mu as 0 and sigma square as 1. So then the PDF basically becomes 1 by under 2 pi e raised to power minus half x square. This density is symmetric around 0. And CDF is given by capital phi x. Phi x plus phi of minus x is 1 because of symmetry. Because this area and phi of minus x will be this area, but this area is same as that of this area. So therefore, the summation of both the areas will be 1. MGF will be e raised to power minus half t square. So mean will be 0 and variance will be 1. So it can be shown that for using standardization, y is normal mu comma sigma square, then y minus mu by sigma is normal 0, 1. So once we know this thing, then we can, using standard normal distribution table, we can find out the answers. For example, if we have standard normal distribution, then what will be capital phi of 1.28? Okay, so because tables are available for standard normal distribution, we want to find out the CDF value at point 1.28. So you can, for example, if I want to see what is 2.15, so 2.1 you can see here, and corresponding in the first row you can see 0.05. So 2.15 will be 0.9842. Okay, so this will be capital phi of 2.15 is 0.9842. But if we want to see what is the value of 1.28, so 1.28, so 1.2 you can see in the first column, 8 corresponding in the 0.08. So this will be 0.8997. Can everybody can see that value? 1.2 plus 0.08, that will be 0.8997. Okay, so in this fashion you can, for example, 1.25 will be for example 2.15 will be corresponding to 2.1, and corresponding green value see 0.05, that will be 0.9842. In the same fashion you see from. Okay, any question is there regarding this table? So this table you can see values are given from minus infinity to Z1. Okay, so you can see other value also. If the CDF value is given, then corresponding point where point also you can see. For example, probability Z is less than equal to Z1 is 0.9842. Then what is the Z1 value? So Z1 value will be 2.15. Similarly, if Z1 value is 2.15, corresponding probability that Z is less than equal to 2.15 is 0.9842. So a firm manufacturer device which has random life that is normally distributed with mean 700 hours, standard deviation of 50 hours. Find the probability that device survives more than 800 hours. So X is normal mu comma sigma square. So use standardization, X minus mu divided by sigma. That will be normal 0, 1. So probability X is greater than 800. So you take X minus 700 divided by 50 is greater than 800 minus 700 divided by 50. So therefore you will get Z is greater than 2. This is 1 minus probability Z is less than equal to 2. So that is 1 minus phi 2. Now phi 2 value you see from the table 2.00. Okay, 2.00, 0.9772 you can see from this table, 0.9772. So you will get the answer for that. So let us stop here. So next time we will start from here.
Sir,
Yes.
so can you upload the slides before the class?
Okay. All right.
Okay.